Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today for our cozy little chat, we're going to talk about video games, but specifically, we're going to talk about all the games that I played this year. Admittedly, I played way less video games this year. I spent a lot of my year in bed, and you'd think that I would play a lot of games if I did that, but I just would go to work and come home and go to sleep. And any time that I wasn't either exhausted or at work, I was trying to spend time with my family as much as I could. But you'd think bed rest would mean a lot of video games and stuff, but no, it actually meant resting because I was exhausted. But I have this cute little notebook. It looks like a PlayStation. I've had it for ages, and for the last, I don't know, 5 or so years, I keep track. It's kind of like a bullet journal, but I don't update it like every month or whatever. I've just been keeping track of the anime I watch and the books I read and the games that I play. And it's just kind of cool to look back. I also have a couple random pages like this one is tracking all the Zelda games that I've played and when I played them. A lot of them are like replays. I've got a similar page for Final Fantasy games, stuff like that. So I just kind of keep track of games that I've played. So let's go through what I have finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so according to this list, I am at 15 games, although that includes a handful of demos. So I bet about 10 games this year, which actually really isn't that bad, I'm sure. But it's just, if I look back at previous years, I definitely played way more, but that's fine. 2026 is a lot of amazing game releases coming out. So the first game I ended up finishing this year was Crow Country. Oh my goodness, was it so cute? It was like survival horror cuteness, which is a weird thing to say, but it really nailed that like old school Resident Evil campy quirkiness while still taking itself very seriously, if that makes sense. Like I love that kind of blend where it's like it's taking itself seriously, but it's actually showing like something kind of ridiculous, and that just reminds me of Resident Evil. You know? Very, very fun, very short. And actually, funny story about Crow Country is I started playing this as my first ever stream on Twitch. I really wanted to get into streaming this year, and I did. I did a bunch of work on my channel and my Twitch channel, and I got it all kind of pretty, and then I started it, and I even had I think I had a total of like 9 viewers at some point. Like it went really well, at least I thought it did. I was my first stream. I didn't have any chatters, wasn't anything like that, but I just talked to myself, and I was like, oh, I could do this is cool. And I didn't record because I was like, I'll just download the VOD later, but turns out I made a mistake and I had no sound in the entire Twitch stream. So, and that means nothing got recorded, so it was just me talking, but you couldn't hear a thing. You couldn't hear the game audio either. So I somehow messed up my settings, and that sucked. So I ended up just finishing it on my own, but it was very quirky and fun, and it was one I'd been meaning to play for a while. As a survival horror lover, despite my lack of stamina for it, I play one and then I'm like, oh, I need a 6-month break. But it was very fun and quirky and weird and just not trying too hard to be everything. It was just trying to do what it was doing really well. And I just think it was very fun. So would highly recommend. And it's short and it's cheap. Get it on Steam. Oh, and then we did what I affectionately called Fatal Frame February. Oh, I have been playing through the Fatal Frame series over the last couple years on my channel. I watched Gab Smollers and she introduced me to the series. I'd never heard of it growing up, which is a bummer because of getting the games for my physical collection, which is behind me somewhere. It's so expensive. So I started with 3 and then 5 came out, or 5 was re-released, so I played 5 and then I played 4. So in February of this year, I played through Fatal Frame 1 and 2. So I've officially played all the Fatal Frame games with the exception of that one random DS spin-off that I'll probably never get my hands on. But Fatal Frame 1 and Fatal Frame 2, I finally get the hype. People talk about Fatal Frame 2 like it is like it's their favorite, it's the best one, and honestly, it's fantastic. And there's a remake coming out. Like the fact that I finished playing the series and then 1 year later they're remaking one of the games, like so good. I'm still hoping that they re-release or remake, I don't know, Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill. Oh my god. Fatal Frame 3. The Tormented Souls, I think it's called. Or The Tormented, I think it's called. Fatal Frame The Tormented. Fatal Frame 3 was my favorite because it was the first one I played, so I think that's part of why it was my favorite. But I also sobbed. That grief story. Oh, I sobbed at the end. Ooh, then I played The Midnight Walk. That was such a quirky and weird game for lovers of like Tim Burton and claymation style. Like it was weird and heartfelt, but also so like grimy and strange and uncomfortable to look at. Like, and it's one of those weird games that had this like weird grotesque monster, and it makes you feel for this grotesque monster, and it's like you never thought you would. It was very cute, not super long either, and I did record it. I just haven't got around to editing it. It was a part of me recording a bunch of stuff because I tried to record a bunch of stuff and edit it ahead of time so that when player number 3 arrived, I'd have a bunch of stuff ready to just upload, and I kind of did that. Like, everything was harder than I thought it was going to be. But so I have the Midnight Walk. It is recorded. I can post it if people want to, but it was very quirky, weird, and fun. And I think it got a nomination at the Game Awards in the VR category, and it would be so good in VR. So love to see that. It was quirky and very, very weird though. What's next? Oh, this counts as a game. It's very short, but the Dark Queen of Morthome. This one was very, very short. I think I finished it in like half an hour. It's just a game where you play like the Dark Queen, and it's like think Dark Souls, but instead of you going to fight the twin princes, you are the twin princess. And I think of the twin princes because her crown and her design made me think of the one prince. I think I said that in my video, but it was just very cool. You could see her being like, I'm the Dark Queen, blah, 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 blah. But then like over time, she just started to think more and more because of the tenacity of the hero continually coming back and getting better and better. So it was very cool. It was like it was more like a little experience rather than a full game, but I loved it. It was very, very cool. And shout out, there was a channel called Cozy Tea Games, I think. I saw they do shorts of like games worth checking out, I guess. And I saw it on there and I was like, ooh, that looks cool. Loved it. Okay, well the next game I finished then, we all know about this one, but Expedition 33. Oh my gosh. I have ranted and raved about it. I have a video where I just crying for 5 minutes straight at of all the times that the game made me cry. It was so good. So good. And this isn't something I say often, but you know, everybody has their top 10 games, and the top 1 or 2 or 3, I feel like in everyone's list, they're never going to change, especially us millennials. Like, we're in our 30s now. We've been playing games most of our lives. Like, there's a lot of nostalgia attached to it. So my top 3 would be Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy X, and Kingdom Hearts, I believe. Yeah, I think that's right. But my point of this is that it's rare, I think, that a new game jumps into your top 10, which Clair Obscur Expedition 33 did for me. And not only did it drop in my top 10, but I put it as number 4. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, it just can't get any higher than that because of the immense nostalgia that's related with those other 3 games I mentioned. But like, it's been a long time since a new game has jumped high into my top 10. So I loved it. I loved it so much. I'm working my way through the DLC right now, and it's like a fever dream, and it's so fun, and I'm just happy here. Oh, it was so good. And I know everyone's tired of hearing about how much everyone loves Expedition 33, but I'm never gonna stop. I loved it. I loved it. Okay, then what else? Oh, I caught up on some DLCs. I played the RE8 Shadows of Rose DLC, which was very fun. It's once again, like, Resident Evil has this like certain blend of weirdness, and this one went really into the weird because it was very like it was like a mindscape, so there was almost like magic in it, but that was fun to play. Then I played the Lake House DLC, which I also intended to make videos of, but I somehow deleted half the game footage, so that sucked. I was excited about posting those Let's Plays, but whatever. I make so many technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, the amount of times I have recorded something and then it's unusable. It's just my life. But it's a really good thing this isn't my job. Oh, the next game then. Oh, Silent Hill F. Oh, it was exhausting and so good. So good. I still haven't done New Game Plus yet, but I have learned that New Game Plus it's very different. It's more streamlined. Like, I really hate the idea of just redoing what I just did. But it sounds like this one is a bit more curated, so I'm excited to get into it. But what a crazy return to like the mainline series. So good. And I think it's because they got like a really good writer in. Oh, they need to do more stuff like that. And it definitely told a story, and from a perspective that like most people wouldn't have thought of. So I could get into it. There's lots of go watch all the lore videos on it. It's so good. And it was pretty scary. And then there's a handful of demos. We know me, I love game demos, and I'm gonna try and play even more on this channel because they're bite-sized, they're fun, and it's just cool to see what's coming, what people are doing, and I feel like as a very tiny YouTube channel with no influence, and I just have this little corner of the world to myself. It's still nice to feel like you're doing what you can in supporting devs by playing their demos and wishlisting their games. It's not much, but it's the little thing that I can do, so I like to do it. And okay, so what did I play? I played the Wicked Seed demo, which was like a survival horror meets RPG elements. Very intrigued. It really worked. I wouldn't say it's scary, but it's spooky. Loved it and definitely want to see more from it. I played the Kazan, the first Berserker demo, which was really flashy. I love the art style and it was fun, but I cannot tell you how sore my hand was after having to do all those blocks and stuff. Like, maybe I'm just a sucker, but my hand hurt. The Lost in Random, the Eternal Die demo. Oh, it was so good. I forgot. This is another reason why I write this down. I need to get that for the Switch. I love the Lost in Random original game, so getting a spin-off in the universe, it has this amazing flavor to it. So good. Go play that one. I played the Tempest Triad demo, which was that like sci-fi or Dragonstone dinosaurs one, which it's so weird. I think of dinosaurs and I'm like, they're so cool, but then when I play games, I'm so terrified. Why are dinosaurs so scary? It makes me think of Dino Crisis. I remember being terrified of that game when I watched my siblings play it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And then the last demo that I played, I just played it yesterday, 2 days ago, but it just came out, the Pragmata demo. Oh, it was really, really good. And honestly, I can't stop thinking about it. I really don't know if that game is for me, but I played the demo once and I'm like, I want to play it again. I think I'm gonna go play it again and maybe a third time. Because it's just, there's something about the combat and like the shooting, but also the hacking at the same time. It's good. Like, it's way more like attractive to me than I thought it would be. So this is why we love demos, because I didn't think the game was for me, but it might be for me. And then we have some honorable mentions. There's a few games I've started. I'm really, really bad. I have a Switch and I have a PlayStation, I have a computer. Sometimes I have a game on the go for all those things because sometimes I want to sit at my computer and sometimes I want to sit on my couch and sometimes I want to sit in my bed. So it's bad. It's really bad. So I have a few games on the go. Firstly, Sea of Stars. I'm recording this middle of December. I'm so close to finishing that game, but I'm playing it on my Switch. It's so good. So, so good. And I think there's a free DLC update. So like, I'm almost in the main game and then I'll have the DLC. Oh, it's really, really good. It's just a great classic RPG experience. And it's got some of those like active battle elements that people saw in Expedition 33, but I remember it first from like Legend of Dragoon. It reminds me more of Legend of Dragoon, so very excited for that. I also started Hell Is Us. This is another one where I feel like I could do a whole chat video on this, but it was like, the reviews were like, middling, like, oh, we don't really like it. And I was kind of like, oh, I guess maybe it isn't good. Even though I was excited about it from as soon as it was announced, it just looked cool. And then I saw one reviewer that was like, yeah, the reviews are this, but, and I realized that like, I think I was putting a little too much stock in game reviews, especially when you realize that they focus on things like frame rate and you know, the combat wasn't great, so, or the combat was just okay is basically what they said, so therefore the rest of the game sucks. And I realized that while playing it, I'm like, yeah, the combat is just okay, but there's so much more to the game. So I'm really enjoying it. It's very dark though, very, very dark, but very much enjoying that one. What else do I have on the go? Do I have anything else on the go? Well, technically, Metaphor. I haven't finished Metaphor. I kind of just, other game releases came out that were new, so I wanted to play those, and then I got away from Metaphor, so I'm going back to it. I definitely want to go back to it, but I think those are my honorable mentions for the year. But that's all the games. I think I did pretty good, considering that I was super sick most of the year and didn't want to stare at a screen and just wanted to like be unconscious at all times. God, I make it sound so awful. But those are all the games that I completed this year. I love video games so much. I'm making a list of all the games that are coming out in 2026 to look out for. There's so many good games on the horizon too. We have so many games to play, and I'm just a happy gamer, you know? I can't complain. Games are good. There's so many to pick from. It's funny, I keep seeing a lot of YouTube content that's like their channels are about like basically about being very critical of the gaming industry, and that's their content, and it's interesting to watch. But I can't join in that conversation because I'm just too excited for things. I'm also very easy to please. So let's put that there. The criticisms are valid. I'm not going to say they're not, but I'm just like, oh, that sucks. I'm going to go over here to this game. I'm just a gamer. I'm just here to play games and enjoy them. I loved my year. There's so many games from this year that I missed. Oh my gosh. That's the one downside, is that there's too many games. Too many games. And Oh my gosh. I love video games. But that is it for today, everybody. Thank you very much for watching and just letting me rant about video games. Let me know if you have played any of these games too. I'm trying to think. Well, I was gonna say Expedition 33 is my standout favorite from the year. It is my game of the year, but I really enjoyed my time with Fatal Frame. The Dark Minomorphome was, like I said, like an experience, and then a handful of really great demos. And I have more. I have a folder on my computer that's just all these demos that I need to get to. So it was a good year, and so many more good video games to play in the future. That's it for today. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.